YYC Busy Mom here. I'm going to show you my apple cider vinegar from apple scraps. Now I'm doing this a long process, so I'll give you video updates and let you know how it goes. I for one have never used or tasted or smelt apple cider vinegar. I know, so why am I making it? I'm making it because I have the extra scraps. Of course, I bought 2 cases of apples and need to do something because waste not, want not. When I first started this, I jam-packed this thing. Let's take this off here. Over here on the clean, this actually was a sanitized cutting board, sanitized melted spoon. And now this was filled all the way up to, well, as much as you can see with apples, cores, and peels. But it was filled a little higher than about there with water. And the first couple of days, man, this sucker fermented. It bubbled so much that I had to put a plate underneath it. It was just, the towels I was putting underneath it was getting so gross with the fermenting bubble over, that it had to be done. Now, I can't reach this thing right now, otherwise I would be giving a wipe down of all this crud around the side. And because I didn't have anything small enough to fit into this little hole to weight it down, I did have a plastic bag, but what happened there was the fermentation process was actually pushing that bag out, so it wasn't working. So I came up with this solution, come up with a little cup here, and away we go. So that's going to keep the juices down. Now I am running out, sorry about that, now I am running out of liquid here. So I just got to keep pushing that apple mash down because I lost so much when the apples were bubbling away because it was up to here. So my theory, I'm wondering if I should add water in. I'm only 1 week in. If I add water in it, will be okay. This is my first time and I'm doing it the long way because I'm not going to add honey because that's a biotic or antibiotic, and we're creating a biotic here. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. And I've heard how good apple cider vinegar is good for your nails, your hair, your laundry, your skin, everything like that, so why not store it? So this was the first batch that I started. Now this is not it. Way down, look way down. So we're not looking up this time. We've got a 5-gallon bucket, voila, 5-gallon bucket, and it is chock full here. I'll give you a zoom in there. Apple cores, mash, seeds, peels, all leftovers. Okay? And I put this plate down on it, and as I went along, I added more and more. And I keep the plate a little bit below this water line so that it keeps the apples below the water line. I've yet to have mold. Of course, it is only 1 week in. The smell is like a cider. Yeah, it tastes like a cider as well. This one hasn't stunk yet. The other one up here, way up, this one, when it was fermenting, oh my lord, it was right by the sink, and of course I'm by the sink all the time, and it smelled like cheese, like dirty cheese socks, like gross. So I was really worried that I had ruined it or something got contaminated because it was by the kitchen sink. Although the one night the bag did come off, so I did not add this to my big bucket. And so far we've had different smells, right? So far so good. Now this lid, everyone, don't worry, I'm not putting it on extremely tight. I'm leaving one little section open for any bubbles that want to come out, just enough. And it's been about a week now. And what else? We'll see how it turns out. That one down there on the floor smelt very much like cider. This one here, very much like alcohol. Like a hooch alcohol, I'm assuming. But I'm really worried about this water level here. So I just may in fact add some more water or find a skinnier glass to fit down there without creating a lock. I've got to wash that rim down. Anyways. But yeah, no mother, no sugars, no honeys, no starters of any kind. We're doing this by scratch. So we're not sure how long this is going to take. Any words? Go ahead. But truly, people, I'm not going to add sugar. I'm saving that sugar for other things. And I want to be able to do this with just the scraps. Otherwise, it's not using what I have to make something new. Sorry, using my scraps to make something new. It's using some of my sugars, and I don't want to do that. I want to make something that's going to be astringent, cleaning. I don't think I'll really drink the cider if it comes out alcoholic cider, but who knows, I might have a try. I don't know what stage that will be at, but we'll just keep an update for you here. Any questions, give me a ring. I cannot be an expert. I will not be an expert. I can just show you what happens here. My house is a very warm house, so that's another thing. If you have, say, coconut oil on the counter and it does not melt, you may have to wait a little longer. My house, I cannot have coconut oil, any kind of oil, bacon oil, anything like that, out on my counters. My house is too warm. So all my oils turn to liquid. And that's without the heat on, okay? Winter, summer, spring, or fall, that's how it is here. So my temperatures are going to be a cause whether this goes faster or maybe even slower. I know that doing your homemade wines and stuff like that, well, watching moonshiners, I should say, I don't know personally. From watching moonshiners, they talk about how if the weather's too hot, you can have a hot batch, which is more burning, rather soothing, such and such. There's factors in the temperatures of things. So I'm assuming, and I think I'm assuming correctly when I say that temperature will play a factor in this, just because it is a fermentation process. Alrighty, enjoy, folks.